Tell me a ghost story that sounds completely unbelievable but is entirely true. I'll go.
So I've seen this stitch going around, this is literally my first video on TikTok. I never wanted to make videos. I just like it for the memes. I feel like a lot of everybody else does. Hi Bubba. Um, but I figured if everybody else is sharing their ghost stories, why not me? Because I have two sisters. I'm the youngest out of the other two. And then there's my middle sister and then my oldest sister. And so we all grew up in our childhood home. And actually, my middle sister, in fact, still lives there to this day. Um, and so I want to say we are all sensitive to, the spiritual things, just in different ways. And so the way that I am sensitive, I don't want to call out my sisters just in case they don't want to be in a video or talk about their experiences. But I will say that me and my two sisters are in a way sensitive to those things. And so the way that I am sensitive to those things is I've always, what you hear right now is my dogs fighting outside. Anyways, how I am sensitive to it is I've always had sensitivity to hearing. There has been a couple occasions where I have seen things, but maybe two or three times in my life I have seen things. But I always hear. I can always hear things that I know are not there. And no, I am not schizophrenic. I've been tested for it. I've been in therapy for a while now. So not schizophrenic. Don't want anybody thinking that. But I've always been able to hear things that I know for a fact are not there. And so one experience that I have when I was maybe like 10, so in the house that I grew up in, there is a long hallway, and that's where basically all the bedrooms are. So there's a bedroom here and then a bedroom across from it. And in between those two bedrooms, there is a little closet that we just use to put towels and stuff. And then there are another two rooms next to it across from each other. One is the bathroom and one is the other room. And so my room, the bathroom's here, and so my room was catty corner to it, so they were facing each other this way. And so I had just got done watching a movie with my parents. Both of my sisters were moved out by this time. I'm much younger than my sisters. But me and my parents had just got done watching a movie. I'm the only child in the house now at this point. And there is no light source in that hallway. It is just rooms, and the windows are in the rooms. There's no windows in the hallway. It is literally just a long, dark hallway filled with rooms. And so the bathroom door was completely open. All the lights were turned off. I had picked up my cat, Sebastian, at the time, and I was walking down the hallway with my cat in my arms. And I passed the bathroom. And so, like in a dark hallway at night, there's, my room was on, but the door was shut, just cracked. So you could see like the outline of the light coming from like the outline of the door. And so there wasn't any light showing, but I could see the light in my room, the outline of the door. And so I passed the bathroom, and I had just put my hand on the door, and as soon as my hand touched the door to open my door, I could feel it. I could feel it right here visibly. I can still remember how it felt and how loud it was, but nobody in the house heard it. As soon as I put my hand on my bedroom door, right here behind my ear, I heard a boo, and quickly turned around. I threw my cat in the room, quickly turned around. I screamed bloody murder. Nothing was there. Nothing was there. I'm getting chills just talking about it. But there was nothing there at all. And my mom and my dad bust out of their room. Their room was across the house. And so my mom and my dad come busting out of the room, and they're like, what happened? What happened? What? They knew it was a real scream. It was real. And like even like years later as an adult, asking my dad, like, why did you come as quick as you did? And he was like, because we knew that scream was a real scream. You weren't playing around. And so my parents come running to me, asking me, what happened? What happened? Are you okay? Why'd you scream? And I'm bawling, just telling my mom and my dad what happened. And my dad freaks out and starts searching the entire house. He searched every room in the house, every small crevice. He went outside and searched the entire perimeter of the house. Nothing. Nobody was there. Nothing was there. I never saw it. It yelled boo right here behind my ear, and I could feel the breath on my ear. But as soon as I turned on, there was nothing there. Nothing at all. Just the darkness from the bathroom. I'll never forget that. But nobody in my family believed me, so everybody started making fun of me and saying, oh, it was the boo ghost who did that. Ha ha ha. When my things would go missing, just randomly, ha ha, the boo ghost took it, blah, blah, blah. Nobody ever believed me. And I really still don't think people believe me, but with all of the other experiences that my mother and both of my sisters had, it's real. It really happened. And that is just one of my stories that I have. I have a shit ton more of stories of the house that I grew up in and experiences I've had when I left that house. And everywhere I've gone, everywhere I have lived since I moved out of that house, even if if the people that were already living there have had experiences and are not before I moved in, I always had experiences everywhere I lived since I left that house. And like, I'll go into further detail about other stories. You know, I'll ask my sisters if I can share their stories. I'll ask my mom if I can share their stories. But for right now, that is one of my stories. I have tons more if people want to hear them. You know, I'll share. I really don't think that this video is going to go anywhere. I never wanted to make videos. This is my first video, but tons of experiences, tons of creepy ass stories. Still give me shivers to this day, just even thinking about it. Like, I can hardly talk about it anymore because it brings back that fear of everything that happened to me when I was a child, and it is fucking terrifying. And so if anybody wants to hear any other stories, I'll make more videos and talk about my other experiences, like with my children and, you know, other things like that. So